In this screencast, you're going to learn about how a scale can be used to find different measurements. So our first problem, it says this is a model of a new luxury hotel that's going to be built. The model was constructed using a scale of 1 to 50. So our scale here is telling us that the building they're going to build is going to be 50 times larger than the model. And that's important because when we go and find our measurements, we're going to need to use that. Another thing is when we're using scale, that 1 to 50, it's telling us it's model to actual when we compare that ratio. 1 is the model, and then the actual is going to be 50. So we're going to jump down here where it says use the ratio table to answer your questions above. So that's why we kind of already started using ratio tables with probability to help kind of transition into this. So again, it's model over actual, and our scale is going to go in there. So again, the 1 represents the model for 50 in the actual. All right, so let's read letter A. If the model's door is 2 25 inches high, how high is the actual door? So we don't know the actual door, that's our unknown. But we know on the model it's going to measure 2 25 of an inch. Okay, so using our math here, getting from 1 to 2 25 we multiply by that. So we do it to our denominator. And that should give you 112.5 inches. Now you can keep it, but realistically, if you were someone that was building this hotel, you wouldn't want to sit there and measure out 112.5 inches. So we can convert this. And to convert this, you could take your calculator, put in 112.5, and you can divide this by 12, and that will give you 9.375, and that would be in feet, which is more realistic for someone that's building something to measure in feet. So either answer is acceptable. Okay, let's go back to our table here. For B, if the model's hotel height is 30 inches, so model is 30 inches, how high is the actual height of the hotel? So again, go in here. We can get from 1 to 30 by multiplying by 30. Same thing, multiply 50 by 30. So this would give us 1,500 inches. And again, I can convert that by dividing by 12, which would give me 125 feet for the actual height of the hotel. And again, converting it helps us understand realistically. I would want to measure 125 feet if I was building something other than this obnoxious amount of inches. All right, last one. The actual plot of land the hotel will be developed on is 400 feet in length and 300 feet in width. What are the dimensions of the model? So this tells you we got the actual, we have 2 measurements we need to convert. So I need 400 feet there, 300 feet here. Okay, so this time I need to figure out how I'm getting from 50 to 400 and 50 to 300. Well, I know 50 times 8 takes me to 400, so 1 times 8 will give me that question mark. So I know I got 8 feet for one of my answers. and 50 times 6. So 1 times 6. So my answer would be 8 feet by 6 feet. And I'll keep that because honestly, converting it to a bunch of inches would be a lot. So this would be a realistic answer. All right, let me erase some stuff here for the next one. Get it out of the way. Okay. All right. So D is a new scenario. It says, suppose a swimming pool is built using a scale of 1 to 12. So here's our new scale. That 12 is 12 times, larger than the model. So we got model to actual still, always. 1 to 12 is our new scale. And it says the actual swimming pool is 8 feet deep. How deep is the pool in the model? So this will be our setup down here. Okay, I need to figure out how to get from 12 to 8. I'm still multiplying, but I'm probably multiplying by a decimal. So kind of the reverse thinking is figuring out what 8 divided by 12 is. Okay, and it gives you this repeating decimal, which is equivalent to 2/3 if you reduce your 8/12 by divided by 4. So I can go and check it. 12 times 2, ABC 3, it should give me 8. So that's what works here. So my answer, this was given to me in feet. So it's about 2/3 of a foot deep in our model, which makes sense. It's smaller. It's a model, should be smaller. So that would be our answer. Okay, when you go to the next page, I'm going to start you off, and then I would suggest that you pause it and complete it on your own. So first it's telling you a model of a C-130 airplane has a scale of 1 to 100. So again, our actual is 100 times bigger. Set up a ratio table down here to answer all the questions. We know it's model to actual. We know our scale is 1 to 100. And then I would pause and solve A, B, C, D, and E using this ratio table down here. Okay, so for letter A, if the model is 1 foot long, it's nice and easy. It should be 100 feet. Just multiplying by 1 here. And no need to convert or anything. That's the actual length, 100 feet. Okay, if the model's wingspan, so I know I got the model here is 16 inches. What's the actual? You should have multiplied by 16 here. That would give us 1,600 inches. This would be one you'd want to convert. It's about 133 feet. Maybe you even put 103.3 repeating feet, 133 1/3 feet, all acceptable. And these are a little bit better because we're looking for an actual wingspan. It's going to be really big on a plane. Okay, C, we know the model is 1.62 inches. What's the actual? You multiply by 100. 1.62 times 100 is 162 inches. We want to know the actual. That would be 13.5 feet. Okay, the actual is 60. So this is where you're trying to find the model. That would be 6 feet. If you want to convert that to inches, you could multiply by 12, get 7.2 inches. Again, you're trying to get from 100 to 60, that would be times 0.6. Okay, and then the last one, the height of the actual is 38. What's the model? 0.38. Convert times 12 would be 4.56 inches. So we're going to model. And that's scale drawing.